What's up, everybody? It's Track King Racing again. Finally getting some more videos up. Feeling good about filming a lot of stuff recently, which is fantastic. Have a lot of new things to introduce. Have a lot of cool things that we're doing with the build. And this video I wanted to take some time to kind of release something that I've been working on for a long time in the background. Basically a joint project with myself and Arts by Bill, which I'll link to him in this video if you want to check out some more of his work. But basically, I hired a graphic artist, and myself being a designer, wanted to tackle a new style of hardtop for the MR2. Hardtops are going crazy right now, prices are crazy right now, and there's really not many other options out there. There are a few carbon fiber, fiberglass hardtops that are just pretty much simple, cheap replacements for the OEM, but at the same time, really nothing special, just duplicates. So what you're going to see in this video is a rendering, a few renderings, a video rendering as well, of basically my proposed fastback for the MR2. That's right, a fastback. Well, why a fastback? Well, one, I've just always been enamored by fastbacks. I love the way that their body lines look on a vehicle. I think most of the really prominent sports cars have had amazing fastbacks. A lot of our supercars, hypercars right now have versions of fastbacks. And really, a lot of the cool hardtops that I've seen, like a Spoon hardtop, for instance, has that cool fastback look to it. So I've really wanted to do that for the MR2. For the Gen 3, and I believe that the wide body lines really lend to it. We'll get to more about that later. But so basically, I'm going to show you my version of the fastback and what Arts by Bill helped me create. Mind you, it is still a work in progress. It is not perfect. Not everything is done on it, and what you're going to see is the bare bones version. So not what I would consider the race version, not what I'm going to be running, because what I'm going to be running is going to have scoops all over it, louvers all over it, all that sort of stuff. So we're still working on that, and I will have a version of it to show you with the OEM body on it as well, so you can see what the fastback looks like that as well. But let's cut to some photos and some renderings and see what you think, and then we'll talk about it. Well, I'm sure after seeing those photos, the renderings, that you probably have a lot of questions. A lot of them is going to be hard to answer here, but I hope to maybe overlay some video of me kind of talking about the design. So I'll add that in too. But basically, I want to kind of give you a quick outline of what I feel like this fastback will do versus the OEM hardtop. An OEM hardtop comes up and peaks high at this area, draws back farther, and then has a hard slope off to the back, and obviously glass all around. And if you need a reminder, there's the OEM hardtop right there, flipped up over the AW11. But it's a hard back and gives the car a very defined line. And to be honest with you, I love the line. I love the line of the OEM hardtop. But once I started creating the fastback with Arts by Bill, then it started changing things, and now I can't even look at the OEM hardtop. I just really want the fastback. So what the fastback is going to do is extend this line long, all the way down to this point right there, and even possibly overlap past that. Kind of working on that right now. And also, you'll notice inside of the concept, there is definitely a fairly large predominant duckbill that starts to swoop from inside of here and lead up into this area. And again, right now it kind of clears in front of these pedestals, but it may actually get moved back as the concept kind of develops. One of the most important parts of the fastback was keeping this line right here and having the fastback start from inside of this line and swooping up and coming up into the top area. So meaning when you have a wide body like I do, or like many of us do, then you get an even increased amount of hip before that line starts to take shape and come up, which is going to mean a nice long back last, which will be cool. And it's also going to have a fully functional lid. So basically the Fastback will replace your OEM engine lid and will fully lift up, giving you access to everything back here. It'll have a connecting plexiglass panel that'll help divide off the engine bay space to the front space. And we'll have to work on that because obviously that's going to have to be fire retardant. There's going to have to be lots of little things that we look into when it gets to that. Not to mention the mechanisms to make sure that everything shuts, seals properly around these areas is going to be super, super important. But I think that it's going to make some really great body line changes to the car. Not to mention looking at it from the back, as I love to do, you know, that duckbill will come up into this area and we'll have a nice defined swoop up to the front. So I'm really excited about this. I know it's probably hard to see the vision like I can see it, which is why I made sure to include the renderings. If you want more, I'm going to continue dropping more and more renderings on the Instagram, Tracking Racing on Instagram. But I'm really excited about it. There's going to be a lot of cool things. The side window profile is going to change. You know, our side window comes up and is a very long edge right here. I'm going to add a trim piece that's basically going to change the look of the side window without actually changing the side window. Plus, we'll have the availability for louvers and a true side window on the side, as well as louvers, a roof scoop, all that cool stuff on the big black window. So, you know, there's a lot to be done, and I'm not lying. There's still a lot of engineering to be done on this. It's not going to be something that happens overnight, but I'm so satisfied with the rendering at this point that I really wanted to start getting some interest into it. So that way I can use that as leverage for the manufacturers that I have in mind to start helping me produce this, to really, you know, put effort into it, right? If it's left up to me alone and the people of the community don't show interest, then it'll be just like every other hardtop or fastback or any other proposed design that's been out there. It'll lose its steam and it'll drop dead. So the good news is I'm an engineer. So, you know, every little opinion isn't going to affect the design. The design is going to keep moving forward the way that it is. Hopefully people will love it for exactly what it is and will get interest in it, and that'll make it easier to be manufactured. But I really think a true fastback with a full lift back is the way to go with this car, and it's going to make it look absolutely amazing in its wide body form or in an OEM body form. And you know, the future renderings that I have coming out will hopefully show that, and we'll continue to tweak it to make sure that it continues as so. So I'm really excited about this. There's a lot more that we're going to be working on inside of this project, but the fastback is like the tip of the iceberg, and it's going to be a big tip of the iceberg for sure. So I'm excited. If you're interested in this project, please, you know, throw some comments down below. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about the fastback profile, how we have the rendering set up as is. You know, as always, you know, criticism is important for development. Everything gets taken with a grain of salt. So I'd love to hear your opinions on it, and that always helps kind of define things and move from there. But fastback in the future for an MR2, super, super exciting stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll throw some more renderings up, and we'll be talking more and more about this as the project continues to develop.